Mayobanex never betrayed his friend and allowed Guarionex to seek safety in his mountains. By 1498, we know that Colon had returned, and he had found that Francisco Roldan had his rebellion had spread all over the island. To Colon's complete dismay, he realized that Bartolome's administration of the island just go to hell. He let the island go into complete mayhem. Not only were the indigenous people out of control in his eyes, but his own men also. By 1499, Guarionex is still attacking randomly, and Mayobanex is still protecting him. I've read in some places that he protected him for about 3 months, but from the timeline, it seems like it was a lot longer than that. I'm going to say that he just protected him and kept him safe as long as he could. Bartolome and Colon continued to send men over to the Ciguayo territory. They finally capture some Samaníes. So Samaníes were another group also from the Peninsula de Samaná. They were basically cousins with the Ciguayos, and they had managed to capture a good number of them in one of their expeditions to find Guarionex. They tortured them. And through the torture, they learned where both Guarionex and Mayobanex were located. At some point in 1499, both Guarionex and Mayobanex were captured by Colon's men. They were both taken to La Fortaleza de la Concepción and imprisoned. We don't know what ended up happening to Mayobanex. It is believed that he was hung. However, Guarionex spent 3 years imprisoned in La Concepcion. He was put on trial, found guilty, as always, and was sentenced to be transported as a trophy for the King and Queen of Spain. He was put on a ship on July 2nd, 1502, with Francisco Roldan and Bobadilla. There were 12 ships, and they were all destroyed by a hurricane. So similar to Caunabo, Guarionex died at sea, fulfilling part of the prophecy that his own father had received about the faith of the Tainos. Panay records a prophecy that supposedly the father of Guarionex, in some places he's called CACIQUE, in other places he's called CACIQUE. But the point being that after a long fast, o una ayuna, his father received a prophecy from one of their semis, one of their main semis, called Yucca Aoguama, or the Yucca god. And this prophecy said the following: those that remain alive after his, the cacique's, death would enjoy power for a short time, because clothed people would arrive that would rule and kill, and they would die of hunger. And through archaeology and other studies, it is confirmed that most of the diseases that the Tainos incurred at the beginning of the invasion were actually caused by lack of food, because their main defense was to not harvest, to not produce any food. They rather everyone pass away than allow the Spanish to rule.